Finding evidence of billbug feeding in rice requires a lot of patience, but the increase in the number of row rice acres in the Mid-South may mean that finding that patience is a virtue. Chase Floyd, a graduate student at the University of Arkansas, discussed the scouting process in this presentation for the university's virtual rice and soybean field day.
Let's now walk out into the field and we'll show you some of the billbug damage that we typically see on our tiller feeding. When scouting for billbug damage in pre-headed rice, what you're going to want to do is walk through that rice field and you're going to want to be looking for these dead tillers. So as you move down here, you're going to see that this plant here, it's going to be yellow. The new tissue will be yellow compared to the rest of the plant, and that's going to let you know that there's some sort of feeding going on. Another sign for billbugs is if you take that tiller and you pull it, it'll break directly at the soil line. The larvae stay very close to the soil line, and as they feed, they weaken that plant. So when you pull it and it breaks at the soil line, that's a telltale sign that there's some billbug damage going on. We pulled that damaged plant out of the field, and what I typically like to do now is assess the damage that we have from billbug feeding. So initially, I'll take this dead tiller that we found out there, and I'm gonna pull it away. And if I trace it to the base of the plant right near the soil line, you'll see where the adult has fed and possibly deposited an egg. So rice billbugs are large black weevils, and they have the big long snout that they're able to insert into this rice tiller and get into the softer tissue. If you do find adult billbugs out in the field, a good thing to do is to see what sex they are to be able to identify if there is going to be an egg lay coming soon. So what you want to do is you're going to want to flip, in this picture here, you're going to flip that insect upside down, and in between its second and third pair of legs, if it is indented like you see in the picture here, as well as a small hair on the first abdominal segment, that lets you know that it's a male. The way we kind of explain it is, if it has the mustache, we know that it's going to be a male. Whereas in the other picture, there is no presence of hair, and the thorax tends to be smooth and not indented. That lets us know that it's a female. So then once we know that, we've had adults out here and we've had feeding, what we're going to do is we're going to take and count all these tillers. So we have 9 tillers here, and we had 1 that was damaged. That lets us know that we're at about 11% tiller damage out in this field, which is pretty common for our row rice fields that we're surveying across the state. So then from there, I like to break that root ball open, and I like to find, typically there may be a larva down there at the base. So this larva, once he's hatched and begin to feed, he'll get in this root ball and he'll feed up and down various tillers. And this is our later season damage that we commonly see, the blank heads, is from larva feeding.